Hi guys, this is maybe borderline nonsense going live for what I'm about to talk about, but it's becoming important to me about guitar and music, so I want to talk about it and um, make a lesson out of it if I can. It's a hard thing to teach though, and it's a weird kind of lesson, but I want to talk about it. You ready? I want to talk about knowing all the notes on the guitar. First, about what I feel about its importance for that, and also some tips on how to maybe do it or how I do it, and maybe there are no tips, but anyway, I just thought I'd ramble about it. Thanks for listening. When I first started playing guitar, I didn't care what the notes were. Heck, all I cared about was the patterns and the techniques of how to play. I didn't care if I was in A or B flat or F. Playing guitar was the challenge, not knowing what dang note I was playing. But now that I can play, it matters to me. It helps me. Let me give an example first, and then I'll go into my little rhetoric on how I might help people to learn the notes and how I know them if I do know them. When I was playing my Beethoven Jimi Hendrix live thing today, I played Ode to Joy first by Beethoven, and I played it in 3 different keys, and then I ended it on the key of G, as in goat. And then I wanted to play a G chord, open, wide positioned G chord, and then I wanted to play a C back to the G, and then the G, then D, then G, then C, then G. So it's a 1 5 1 4 1 progression. But what saved me in the moment to be able to do that without missing a beat or making bad notes is that I knew that there was a G on the 12th fret of the ironically G string. But I knew where that was, so I went right to the G with the chord form I was using and went right there. It wasn't something I planned. I didn't even know what key I was going to end up ending Beethoven's thing on. I didn't plan any of it. But I knew at the end, when I ended it was in G, and I wanted to play a G chord. And it would say, the reason I was able to get that right and not play any one of the other 11 major chords is I knew where the G was on the 3rd string. It's on the 12th fret. So that really helps. So knowing where your notes are is surprisingly helpful, believe it or not. When you're just learning, or at least when I was, all you think about is the patterns and the relative pitch and all that. But really does help in the long run, or even in the short run, perhaps, to learn the notes on the fretboard. Jaco Pastorius, second best bass player in my book, but some would say first, but I think second, said that his dad was a drummer and a singer and went on a trip one year on the road or something and left Jaco alone for a year and said, "Jaco, I want you to know the notes when I get back." And Jaco knew them, and he became Jaco Pastorius. So it's cool. So now I'm just going to give you some tips on how I think of it. And now that I've given a tip on just the fact that maybe you should do it, let's give some ideas I have on how I think of it, if that helps. If not, sorry, but I'm doing my best. Well, you've got 6 strings on a guitar, but 2 of them are the same relative note, E. The high string is E and the low string is E. The 1st string is E, the 6th string is E. So if you learn the 1st string, you know the 6th string. If you learn the 6th string, you know the 1st string. They're the same thing. So you really only have 5 different pitches to learn on for 6 strings. You have the E pitch, that's the 6th and 1st string. Then you have the A pitch, and that's the 5th string. You have the D pitch, and that's the 4th string. And the G pitch is the 3rd string, and the B pitch is the 2nd string. So just knowing that, and if you know what I do first is I know the patterns, the real patterns of the different modes in music. Since all the strings on a guitar are white keys on a piano, we can think of C major scale. We don't have to do C sharp major or any of the ones that have flats or sharps. So thinking of C major, or you can think of it as A minor, but let's do C major. Each of the open strings starts on a mode of the C major scale. So the low string is the 6th string, and its low note is an E. Its open note is an E. So you have E Phrygian. On the 1st string, you have E Phrygian. So if you know a Phrygian mode or scale, whichever you want to call that, just know where you are and count it up. So if you're on the high string, the open string, or the low string, we'll do the high string, the first string, the open string is E. So therefore you know that the first fret is an F because that's the next step in a Phrygian mode. The third fret is a G, fifth fret's an A, seventh fret's a B, eighth fret's a C, 10th fret's a D, and the 12th fret is an E. And then the 14th fret is I'll say the 13th fret is an F. That's an octave higher than the first fret. And then you just go up from there. And then same with the sixth string. So the open sixth string is an E, the first fret on the sixth string is an F, third fret is a G, fifth fret is an A, seventh fret is a B, eighth fret is a C, 10th fret is a D, and the 12th fret is an E again. So that kind of thing. And anything in between, you just, if it's above or one fret higher than the natural note, just make it a sharp. If it's one fret lower than a natural note, you make it a flat. I usually don't use double sharps and double flats, but there's that. And then for the A string, the fifth string, that would be the root of an Aeolian mode. So Aeolian is cool. I know the relative, intervals for Aeolian. On the fifth string, the open note would be A. Second fret would be B. Third fret would be C. Fifth fret would be D. Seventh fret would be E. Eighth fret would be F. 10th fret would be G, and the 12th fret would be A again. And then if you go above the 12th fret, it's the same, just add 12. If you go higher than the 12th fret, same relative thing. And then the D string is the fourth string, D as in dog, and that's a Dorian mode. So I know that the open fourth string is D, second fret is E, third fret is F, fifth fret is G, seventh fret is A, ninth fret is B, and then 10th fret is C, and then the 12th fret is D. So we have that one. And if you go higher than 12, you just add 12 if you go above the 12th fret. And then the third string is G as in goat. So open third string is G, second fret is A, fourth fret is B, fifth fret is C, seventh fret is D, ninth fret is E, 10th fret is F, and the 12th fret is G. I didn't say this, but G is Mixolydian mode. Sorry, I should have said that. So G is Mixolydian. G as in goat is Mixolydian mode. So it's G is open string is G, second fret is A, fourth fret is B, fifth fret is C, seventh fret is D, ninth fret is E, 10th fret is F, and 12th fret is G. That's G. That would be the pattern of G Mixolydian mode. Finally, the last of the 5 possible open string pitches is the second string is B. That's a B Locrian mode. So the open string on the second string, open string is B, first fret is C, third fret is D, fifth fret is E, sixth fret is F, eighth fret is G, 10th fret is A, and the 12th fret is B again. And then, of course, like I said, the high E string, low E string are the same patterns. And if you go higher than the 12th fret, you just add 12 to whatever fret you're on. Whatever your fret would be on below the high E. Below the 12th fret. So, if you just know those simple rules and you know what I just described, it shouldn't be much trouble. So, I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.